Let me ask you a question. What comes to mind when you think of the word luxury? Is it expensive skincare or staying at five-star resorts? Is it wearing designer handbags? Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to flip that idea on its head because true luxury isn't about how much you spend, but rather how you live your life. So today I'm going to be talking about luxury habits that don't cost a thing. And yes, you heard that right. It'll cost you $0. These are habits which elevate your lifestyle, your day to day, allow you to increase your self confidence, to feel more grounded, and in turn, dress and style yourself more confidently. And all this without ever opening your wallet. So grab your coffee or your tea and join me. Let's dive in. Now, we're going to touch upon four key aspects to living a luxurious lifestyle without spending a single penny. And that first key aspect has to do with self-care. Let's start with the foundation of living a luxurious life, self-care. Now, I'm not talking about taking bubble baths or going for a spa day with your girlfriends or on your own, although those are fantastic examples, don't get me wrong. What we're going to touch upon is going to be a little bit different. I'm talking about intentional day to day practices that you do for yourself. And here's the secret: self care does not have to cost any money. Now, let's go over a few key examples of what those practical day-to-day self-care examples could look like. So, for instance, in the morning, like the first 5 minutes, be still. Take 5 minutes of complete stillness. As soon as you wake up, you open your eyes. See what it looks like to, instead of going first to grab your phone, and so many of us are guilty of it. I'm the first to be guilty of it. Just don't touch the phone. Simply sit upright on your bed. Keep your eyes closed. Maybe do a little mantra or a little ritual, or think about how you want your day to go. Just be still. Practice breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just allow yourself that time for complete stillness and peace and quiet. It can really be just 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be long at all, but that 5 minutes in your day is a guaranteed luxury, especially when we live in such a noisy world that is constantly bombarded with things to us left and right. Another great practical example has to do with skincare. Now, using or practicing skincare habits and rituals on a daily basis. Now, a key note on this aspect is you really don't have to be spending oodles on like designer skincare products or those higher brands that cost a lot of money. As we know in this industry, the skincare industry, now more than ever, it's just crazy expensive now, and we don't seem to see the end of it. But it really is more about the practice of self-care as opposed to which products or brands are you using on your face. So for example, it can really just be a matter of washing your face every single night and then moisturizing it and using SPF during the day to protect your skin. So just those simple three habits, again, not about which products you're using, the simple fact of having that habit ingrained for yourself, that you do for yourself on a daily basis. That's all that matters. That is practicing luxury, because at the end of the day, that just is about you showing up for you and showing to yourself that you matter and you're worth it. Another really good practical example is about hydration and good posture. Now, hydration is pretty straightforward. It's just making sure that you hydrate yourself with good fluids on a daily basis. Try to hit that 3 liters or whatever the amount is for you. It'll look different for everyone, of course, but that you sufficiently hit that amount every day. You'll feel so much better. You'll feel more awake and fresh. And then a good posture naturally is really making an effort to, as I'm trying right now, to consciously be aware of our posture as often as possible throughout the day. It's so easy to just slouch in our chairs, or even as we're walking in standing. I always try to consciously keep um, in mind that you want to put your or stand straight, put your chest out, shoulders back, and then pin them back down. um, I just have this constantly, because I come from a background of classical ballet, and that was just how we were trained from an early age for so many years. And it was always about that posture. And without that, nothing seems to work. And I think it holds true in real life on a day to day basis. So whether you're sitting or standing, focus on an upright posture, chin up, and it will really also show outwardly to the world and those looking upon you that you have a great confidence and that you're sure of yourself. And it'll come back to you in a way that it'll then in turn make you feel better about yourself. So try to practice those daily habits. It'll instantly help you so much more. And again, posture, as an example, is free of charge. It doesn't cost anything. It's a tiny little detail in your day that can really make you feel and look so much more confident. As we've talked about in our previous videos, luxury is quiet. It's not loud. It's in the subtleties and in the little practices that we offer ourselves on a daily basis. It could also just be lighting your favorite candle at home and just relishing in that scent and sitting quietly with yourself in peace for 10 minutes. And speaking of posture, you'll notice also yourself, and I think it's an interesting play and practice to do if you haven't already. I've done this time and time myself again. If you're really big on kind of like energies and attracting, manifestation, all these things, I think you'll find this one really interesting, where if you notice yourself being in an energy or in a space for a given day where you just feel so inwardly happy for whatever reason, whatever you may be going through in that particular moment, and you go out into the world and you go about doing your chores or your errands, but you carry with you that amazing energy where you just feel so content and at peace, and like nothing could go wrong or affect you from the outside. And you'll carry yourself, notice you'll carry yourself with that posture that we spoke about and that confidence, and that'll shine through um, outwardly, naturally. And people will notice that. Strangers will notice that. And notice, this is the key thing I want to say, notice how strangers, people, anybody from the outside will see that from afar and will gravitate naturally towards you. Whether you'll notice people looking at you a little bit more or longer than usual, or people literally coming up to you to talk to you out of nowhere. And again, you don't even know these people. Like, I've witnessed this, I've experienced this time and time again. And all of this because from within, I felt good about myself, I felt confident, and I physically portrayed that with my posture as I carried about my day. And I've had literal strangers chase me down from a couple blocks down to come up to me. There was even this one guy, was the funniest thing. It came up to me and literally asked me out on a date. Now, I'd never seen this guy, didn't know him from a hole in the wall. And I really believe that it's because of the energy and the confidence and the posture that I carried myself with as I was just walking my dog on the street. It's wild. Like, you guys need to try this. It's it's all about energy and what you display. And similarly, the reverse could be said, where I'll find myself drawn to those individuals that I notice carry themselves or walk with such a strong, bold, confident posture. So it's interesting. It's just something to think about, food for thought. Now, the next key aspect and our second point has to do with quality over quantity. Now, the habit of practicing quality over quantity on a day to day really becomes a mindset shift once you achieve and continuously practice that, which truly can change your entire life and benefit it. So here's the myth: the more you have, the more luxury you possess, or the more of a luxurious life you live. That could not be more wrong. So the less you have, the better it is, so long as the fewer items that you have are of far better quality. Obviously, it's much better to have less of higher quality than a gazillion items that are rubbish or really cheap in value. A perfect practical example of this is a clean, well organized closet space with fewer clothes, fewer items in it really goes a long way. You'd rather have just a few select pieces, have done your spring cleaning, cleared out whatever you haven't worn for so long that just sits there and gathers dust, and really keep reusing those fewer items every day and really relish in them and love them so much more. That's far more luxurious than having a closet that is filled to the brim with so much clothes that never see the light of day. Another one we might not tend to think about, and yet it is one of the most used things on in our lives, really is our phone. Now, the next practical example is a tidy digital space. Now, you could see it twofold. That could be your physical office space at home where you've got your desktop, your laptop, and it could also have to do with your cell phone. We use these things in our tech devices on a day-to-day so much, and we rely and depend on them so much that it only makes sense that we look at those first and think about tidying and cleaning those up. It's all too common to have so many apps, cluttered galleries with thousands of photos in that we never even go back to scroll and look at. So really, it's just that conscious practice, taking a few minutes out of your day to clean your workbench, your work desk of any physical things or paperwork that's no longer needed there, that we've just been, leaving on the corner of the desk for the past few months. Or when it comes to the phone, again, going back to the phone, just deleting the apps that we haven't used in so long that are just gathering memory, and just allowing yourself for a home screen that is much less cluttered and free of space, that just visually looks a lot more breathable, and spacious, and put on a new wallpaper that makes you feel good, or photo of a family member, or you get the idea. So it's really about tidying that digital space that can become so cluttered, and it affects you subconsciously. We don't even notice it anymore. So that could really be an impactful and a powerful way to practice a luxury habit that costs absolutely nothing to your well-being. Our third key point has to do with confidence in styling. Let's talk about fashion for a second, because that's what we're all about here, of course. What is the most luxurious thing a person can wear? Think about it. Well, I'm going to tell you, and it's confidence. Confidence, when that is worn and is displayed, no matter what you are wearing, I guarantee you that is the most powerful thing ever. And guess what? It doesn't cost a thing. So, confidence in styling doesn't mean owning every single latest designer piece or following all the trends. That's so not what it's about. It only is about wearing what you know suits you best or what makes you feel most good about yourself and wearing that confidently. And again, I, believe me, that will show and will display outwardly to the world, to everyone else who's around you. And that is all that they will see. All they will see or feel subconsciously without them realizing it will be your confidence. It won't be the clothes that you have on. They won't be inspecting, oh, does this match with what there won't be any analysis there because they'll be so focused on your confident aura. Trust me. Practical examples of this are, for instance, invest in yourself. Again, take the time to educate yourself. That means learn what shapes, silhouettes of clothes suit your body. Learn what is your body type. Take the time to observe, to experiment with different silhouettes or shapes and sizes. See what falls best on your body. Also, learn what color palettes are the best for you, for your skin tone, skin color, your eye color, your hair color. Just take the time to really learn about these things for yourself and in how to best dress for yourself. It'll make getting dressed and getting ready in the mornings or every day so much easier and less stressful and much more of a pleasant experience. And again, this doesn't have to cost a single penny. That's the amazing thing about it. It's totally free and it'll boost your confidence. You'll enjoy and appreciate the process of dressing so much more. Another example is stand tall, again, about that posture. Stand tall, make eye contact when you look at people in the face, when you speak to people, and wear your clothes. In other words, don't let your clothes wear you. Be unapologetically confident. These are great life hacks in general. An idea of this practice could be to choose 3 to 5 really strong a favorite outfit of yours that you know make you feel your best, that you love most, and then go ahead and take quick mirror selfies just so you have them as a record on your phone or somewhere, whether it's a quick Polaroid like we used to do back in the day. So that way, whenever there's a given day where you feel a little less inspired or you're lacking ideas as to what to wear when you need to quickly rush out of the house, you can refer back to those photos of the outfits and then quickly select one out of those 3 or 5 ones and instantly feel better. So remember, luxury is not about a brand or a given label. You could be wearing the most simple, basic white cotton t-shirt. It's the way that you wear it. So that simple white t-shirt, I guarantee you, will look like $1 million, and you as a whole will look like $1 million if it's worn with that unapologetic confidence that we spoke of and an intention. Now, our last and fourth key point has to do with embracing slow fashion. Now, let's get into slow fashion. That is one of the ultimate, most luxurious things you could do in your life. And it's, not only free, but so much better for the planet. So, slow fashion is about mindful and conscious choices. It's about looking at what you already have and own. Let's go over a few key practical examples of this. Now, the first one being shop your own closet, right? We overlook this so much. Reshop your closet. That means look for those older items or just items, period, or clothes that you just don't tend to go to or wear, and see if you can't restyle them in a different way, or think outside the box of wearing them in a way you creatively have not before, and use them or pair them in conjunction with another item you never thought of putting together. Just try to restyle outfits, to recycle through them, to really make them last longer, have a few more wears into them. And again, get rid of those clothes that you just know you're not going to touch. Donate them, sell them, gift them to a friend or a family member. A second practical example is learn basic mending skills. So this has to do with fixing your current clothes to try to get them to last longer. If a button has fallen off, learn for yourself how can you repair and add or sew in a new button, how to fix a hem on your trousers or your pants. This was something that our grandmothers had mastered, that unfortunately are now overlooked in the world we live in today. But try to tap into those skills, and it'll really allow you to keep your clothes for much longer. Now, another key practical example could be host a swapping dinner party with your friends. So, literally, as it means, just gather a group of your friends, make a night of it, make a dinner party or a day out of it. Everyone brings 5 pieces of their own, and then just swap them around with each other. So that way, I grab my favorite pieces from my girlfriend and vice versa. So we're getting new clothes, recycled in her closet, and yet they're not new. Do you know what I mean? So that's a fantastic way. It's fun, it's free, and above all, it's sustainable. Now, another thing that you could do as a practice is whenever you're out and ready to buy new clothes, just think for yourself, do I really need this? Is this really necessary? Do I really love it? Or am I just feeling this urge or push to follow a trend that's going on right now? And if I do buy it, am I actually gonna plan on wearing it for more than 30 times over? If I'm only gonna wear it once or twice, maybe not the best idea. If you're gonna wear it, and you can see yourself really putting some use in it, then fantastic. That's sustainable. That's fine. So, again, living slowly and choosing select pieces with intention, that is true luxury. So, to wrap it all up, luxury isn't reserved just for the rich. It's for all of us, it's for all of you. And so, luxury really is about your daily habits. Luxury is about your energy. Luxury is about the way you carry yourself. It's about practicing daily self care, even in the smallest of ways, intentionally choosing quality over clutter. And the third thing we spoke about is about choosing to wear what makes you feel most powerful, most confident. And lastly, fourth, choose to embrace slow and sustainable fashion that aligns with who you are and your core values. Now, none of these habits or rituals require money, but they do require one thing, which is intention. And that, my friend, is priceless. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe. That'll really help support my channel, and I'll know what you guys like, and I'll be able to make more of this type of content for you. And do share it with a friend of yours that maybe is already living a luxurious life and don't necessarily realize it, and they just need to see it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.